A newspaper in southern China, the New Express, has broken a taboo by openly challenging the authorities. On its front page, the Guangzhou-based paper has called on police to free one of its reporters. The huge three-character headline read, "Please release him." He is Chen Yongzhou, who was detained for more than a week in Hunan province. The paper's bold plea has caught the imagination of China's social media. Our contributor in Beijing is Mark Dreyer. Mark, what was Chen doing in Hunan, and what's been the reaction on social media?
Hi, Tweet. Well, I'm actually in Shanghai this week, but you're right, this story has absolutely blown up on social media here in China. Now, Chen had written a total of about 15 news stories between September 2012 and June 2013 on this company called Zoomlion, in which he claims that the company had exaggerated its profits and manipulated the market. Now, Zoomlion is China's second largest construction equipment maker and has denied these claims. The company is based in Hunan and is partly owned by the Hunan government, which is why Chen was arrested by authorities from there instead of from his home province. It's certainly a brave move by the paper, and people online have been quick to show their support. I'll give you some of the reaction here. Police authorities in Changsha released an official statement saying Chen had been formally detained last week under suspicion of damaging commercial reputation, but the vast majority of responses have been critical. Well-known blogger Li Changpeng wrote a post saying people were never arrested when the big state-run media outlets make mistakes, before adding, "Now one newspaper wants to speak some truth, but any mistake leads to an arrest. The bottom line is you create a world of one voice, one right answer, and one press release. Why don't you just have one single paper with a readership of 2 people then?" Yu Jianrong, a researcher at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, was among those wondering what is really at play here, saying the police are there to uphold the law, not to protect the backyard of a few special companies and people. And investigative reporter Luo Changping agreed, saying if Zoomlion insists Chen abused his media power, they should sue the New Express rather than ask the police to arrest the reporter. Changsha police release Chen now. Meanwhile, real estate tycoon Pan Shih said that although many business reporters have made up stories over the years, reporters shouldn't just be detained for no reason, before asking, has any good company ever been brought down by a news story?
Is the mainstream media paying any attention, or is this just a story on Sina Weibo?
No, the mainstream media have covered it as well. For example, the Xinhua news agency has a story about the arrest and has reprinted the New Express report below. And the Beijing News has expressed its support in a Weibo post saying, Changsha police must not remain silent. Please show what evidence you have in the light of day. Please let the law decide whether to detain him or free him. Now, the amount of coverage this receives won't necessarily have any effect on what happens to Chen. As always, there will be plenty happening behind the scenes, so it will be a very interesting case to be following over the next few days and weeks.
All right, thanks, Mark, for that perspective. Mark Dreyer is Link Asia's contributor in China. The New Express is the latest newspaper based in Guangzhou to make big waves. You may remember that the Southern Weekly raised a ruckus when it called for political reform in China in its New Year editorial. The editorial was rewritten by censors before it went to press. The reporters then went on an unprecedented strike in protest and won some small concessions. Meanwhile, in Beijing, a Chinese academic has lost his job for what many believe are political reasons. This past summer, we spoke with economics professor Xia Yeliang about his problems with Peking University. Xia was facing a vote by his colleagues about his dismissal. Here's part of what he had to say then. What are your plans? What's going to happen to you if you are expelled?
I will still try to fight with them. And I told people, I could go to the university president's office and try to talk with him. If he refuses to talk with me, then I will hang a slogan in front of my chest, or say, I need a job, I need a place to live. I could fight with that.
Earlier this month, Xia Yeliang did lose the vote on his job. Xia's supporters think it had to do with his outspoken political views. 5 years ago, Xia signed Charter 08, a call for the end to one-party rule in China. Last year, Xia asked Chinese intellectuals on the internet to publicly discuss and promote political reform. But the university said Xia was dismissed because of his poor teaching record. It cited 340 complaints from students. We tried to reach Professor Xia, but were unable to speak with him. He did send out tweets early in the week. Here are 2 of them. This one from October 20th, just after the vote to expel him.
Peking University School of Economics has repeatedly emphasized that they didn't renew my contract because my academic standards and teaching are not up to par, that there were no political factors, assuming that I'm not qualified to teach at Peking University. Then of the over 2,000 institutions of higher education across the nation, is there also not one where I'm qualified to be a professor?
A little later that same day, Xia sent out this.
In the meantime, I shout to universities across the nation. If your school does not believe I'm qualified to be a professor or to have a research post, please provide me with a position as a librarian.
Xia Yiliang's firing raises questions for several top American colleges. Stanford, Yale, Cornell, and a number of others have research centers or other partnerships with Peking U. As of our deadline, it's not clear how they will react to what appears to be an attack on academic freedom. Staying in China, 3 provinces in the northeast were blanketed by thick smog for much of the past week. Harbin, a city of 4 million in Heilongjiang province, was virtually shut down. The pollution level was 20 times more dangerous than what the World Health Organization says is safe.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.